Hello there.
Katarn here.
And the Bendu.
Coming back for another community Q&A. Plus a hype stream for the Bad Batch.
Yeah, essentially Clone Wars Season 8. But, I mean, it's not essentially.
No,
that,
it
but it's
absolutely is Clone Wars Season 8.
It's going to be pretty fucking amazing. Because I'm not expecting... Actually, we're both wearing black. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we are.
I'm actually not expecting at all to see any Jedi action throughout this entire...
You don't think so?
Series. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool in a couple of the teaser trailers how they've shown the little blonde kid using the Night Sister laser bow and arrow. That shit's cool.
Yes,
But,
very, very Dathomir spin. I wonder where she gets it from.
Is it she or he?
It is a she, confirmed by one of the voice actors on Twitter.
And is it like a Mandalorian looking? Is it a Mandalorian kid? Because it looks.
Well,
like
that's not going to get confirmed.
Or,
like we're going to have to find out about that one for sure. That's definitely going to be one of the reveals of the show. Is like who is Alpha? Who is Omega?
Straight up from Bespin. I'm excited to see young Tarkin.
Yes.
I'm excited for some more.
Little older, but
Tarkin.
But still younger than A New Hope.
Or Rogue One.
Let's do some hello there's here. We got a lot of awesome people in this chat. We got Scribbles, unoriginal username, Jake.
I was gonna say Jake965. I see you. All of them gonks, all them wonderful gonks.
The gonks sustain us.
Look at there.
Just in case there's any sort of heartbreak in this show, I have my emotional support gonk ready to go.
Official boss, hello, yes.
So as is customary in community Q&As, we're gonna some Q's. So what do we got here? Belsonic, they go to Braca, don't they? There's a Jedi there. There is. Well, how soon does Cal Kestis arrive at Braca? Pretty much immediately, right?
So here's the thing. So
Order 66, and he lands there like straight away.
I don't think we'll see any Jedi, but any Jedi that could potentially show up would be Cal. Oh man, I thought about it all on like the drive here. Fucking what's his butt?
Romanto, welcome.
Fucking
glad to have you here and in the Discord.
Kanan.
Oh, Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see him. Caleb Doom and his master Depa.
I know we're obviously gonna see Ming-Na Wen's character.
Fennec Shand. Yep.
From Mandalore, or from the Mandalorian.
Do you think we're gonna see how she meets Boba? Are we gonna get Boba Fett in the Bad Batch?
No.
No Boba.
I don't think we'll get Boba. Unless they randomly go to Tatooine for some reason. If the Bad Batch randomly goes to Tatooine and then like they meet up with like super shrubby Boba Fett for whatever reason, you know, and he's just like, "Oh, I'll help you through the sand dunes," and then the rest of them are like, "Wait a minute, you look really fucking familiar," you know.
Unoriginal username. I actually don't think we're gonna see Ahsoka. I think that her story was pretty well tied off.
I love your username, by the way.
Very original. I think that her story was pretty well tied off by the end of Clone Wars Season 7. Like, they did it neatly enough that, like, she can spend a couple years, like, just in hiding before she reappears. There are other Jedi, though, that, like, we could either, like, retread how they died in Order 66, which would be, you know, kind of punishing, but also very, very cool. Or we could be introduced to some of the Jedi that we see in, like, some of the lower tiers of canon, like the comics and the books, and we could get them brought into animation and see what happens to them, too. That would be really cool.
Yeah. The only other thing I was thinking, because this is also like right after Order 66. Oh, I know what I was thinking. We could totally see young Han. I mean, not Jedi related, but we could totally see young Han Solo.
It's possible.
We could totally randomly see Chewbacca. We could really see Chewbacca in this series, actually.
Chewbacca showed up once during the arc where Ahsoka's getting hunted by the Trandoshans on the little island.
Oh, that
was Chewbacca's like big cameo in that episode, and then the Wookiees came and bailed him out.
That was Clone Wars, right?
It was Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That was Clone Wars. Yeah. No. There's no Chewbacca in Rebels. Correct.
Which is interesting.
But there were some Wookiees.
He could have shown up.
Early on, there were Wookiee prisoners on Kessel that they freed, just
That's
like
true.
what happened in Solo. Rebels did that same exact story, but Chewbacca wasn't one of them or anything like that. Could we see some more of the Jedi on the list, like Kamun Koli? See, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Not Mothma. Fucking what's his nuts?
I love that Kamun Koli is a play on the artist Giuseppe Kamun who did the Vader Dark Lords of the Sith art.
Straight up, Bail Organa can
we could get Bail Organa. We could go to Alderaan. That'd be great.
You're very welcome. I mean, we fucking love Star Wars and our collective side fandoms, and we're just happy to put out content while we currently can to
absolutely
those of you all who are willing to take it in.
And it's super happy, and makes me very
Quinlan
happy
Voss
to
would
see
be
so
dope.
many people like here on the stream
Mr.
ready to get
Pancakes,
hyped
I
as fuck
see
with
you.
us for Bad Batch. Like, this is great.
Quinlan
We're
was
happy to
great.
have you guys here.
It's hilarious that you bring up Quinlan Voss, actually, because I was thinking about, because I need a new lightsaber hilt at some point, and I really like Quinlan's, but I'm a silver blade user, right? Silver blade just doesn't look good with Quinlan's hilt. So
If you recolored it, maybe
what do you mean recolored his hilt?
like recolored the metal to be gold, could look good with a silver blade. I don't know. You just have to tweak it. As is, it wouldn't look good with a silver blade. Yes, I agree with that.
But
Ooh,
yes,
Asajj Ventress. Well, does Dark Disciple take place before or after Bad Batch? Because that's contingent on whether or not Asajj could show up, and Quinlan Vos, really, if you think about it. Do you think Crosshair will betray the Bad Batch in the last 2 trailers? He was barely seen in them. Crosshair's fate is kind of so. I know about the Black Series information leak. I know about that.
What happened?
So yeah, I'll bring you up to. I'll tell you if you want to know.
I was gonna say I've been more on the Marvel shit, but yes, bring me in on.
So the Black Series figure for
on
Crosshairs was leaked, and they have little descriptions on the back of each of the boxes telling you a little bit about the character.
On the eve of Star Wars
and
Day.
it talks about Crosshairs
on the East Coast.
Basically, Crosshairs like defects, or is the only one that doesn't defect. He's the only one that stays loyal to the Empire, based on the description
What a twat. He
in
totally
the back
would,
of
though.
on the back of the box. So like, if that happens immediately,
He's a
episode
loyalist.
1,
I
I
totally
won't
see
consider
it.
that a huge spoiler. If that's like a
totally
season
see it.
finale twist, then I'll be like, God damn it, I wish I didn't know that. But like, Crosshairs was always kind of a dick. In the Bad Batch arc in Clone Wars, he was the one that was like cold to Rex in the beginning. You know, he was like kind of looked down on the other clones. So I could see him already having that Imperial mindset.
You should change the red light color on the bookshelf because it's making you look like you have a rash on the whole side of your face.
Oh, whoa, yeah. I don't care. It's cool. Let's hold my head.
Oh, well, we tried to help.
The face cam. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, thank you, Jake. It's all good. I don't care. I don't want to change the lights. The lights look
Crosshair,
good.
you know, it's like I really like the sniper, but given his
it's
attitude,
Mustafar Rash,
you know what gives it
exactly.
away? You know what gives it away? His fucking snaky ass voice. You just see. You know what? Who else could have been a traitor? Tech. I totally would have been believed if Tech was going to betray the group, but Crosshairs totally makes sense. Not saying that anyone's going to betray the group, but with that idea of like one of them's going to be a loyalist to the Empire, and like the rest of the Bad Batch going to be like, we don't like this.
With what we're being
shout out to Echo already. I already know Echo is going to be like the fucking soul of this group.
With what we know so far about the group, like, and the storyline so far, I don't think betrayal's the right word. It seems like Crosshairs is the only one that's not gonna betray the Empire. You know, because they're all gonna like straight up ditch their posts. They're gonna get assigned somewhere. They're gonna sent on a mission that they don't agree with, and they're all gonna dip except for Crosshair. And he's gonna like turn them in and then lead the hunt to get them back. That's my prediction for like what that plot's gonna be.
You think they'll kill? You think they'll kill a main character?
I mean, that makes sense. Squad-based thing. The stakes are higher if one of the squad dies. But Echo went through so much.
Tech is more expendable.
Echo's expendable too, technically. But like, if Filoni would make
that would be a heartstring.
Can you imagine if Filoni dragged Echo through that much suffering just to kill him off in Bad Batch? Like,
I don't know.
We messed up.
I don't know.
I do have a couple like realistic expectations. Like, I think we're gonna get a showdown between Cody and Rex. Not a full-blown showdown, but like a confrontation. That's my hope. I hope that they say,
fight?
Well, maybe just like how could you do this? Like, how could you kill your Jedi? And he's like, how could you betray the Republic but not kill your Jedi? And they could have that whole philosophical conversation. But I hope that the real meat of it happens in Kenobi in live action.
Oh, completely.
With like a real Cody and a real Rex, or like
agree.
Against real Kenobi. That would be awesome.
Yeah, against Ewan McGregor. Oh yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great seeing a glimpse of the early Empire too. Just like the transition, everyone turning in their clone helmets and picking up stormtrooper helmets.
That's what this is gonna be, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. And it's gonna be really cool to see that aspect of it. That's
I know.
what I'm excited for.
I'm curious to see if there's gonna be like an interesting sort of racist sort of transition between like the non-clone stormtroopers coming in and
looking
like,
down on them,
shit
you know?
talking on like the clone troopers. Yeah.
Which is ironic, because if anyone should be talking shit, the clones would be talking shit about
On the-
the
on the,
stormtroopers
like,
with
on
their
the
like
normies.
their plastoid armor that's not even phase 2. You know, it's not as good. Their aim is not as good. Their training's not as good.
Yeah, but now they're having to. But
they have that imperial
They're
superiority.
having to change
you know?
into that bullshit equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you believe, or could you like? You think how many clones?
You know what?
Were
I see
probably
it.
pissed
I see
off?
it now. I'm changing the lights. Fuck
You
it.
know how many clones?
Okay.
How many clones were pissed off? They're like, can I just keep my? Can I keep my previous breastplate? Like, this is shit.
Oh, I know.
They'll look at their new helmets and be like, can you believe this shit? Look
I
at
mean,
this.
Rex.
We have a
Rex
mohawk.
felt that way.
We have a mohawk. They're taking away our fucking mohawk.
Rex felt that way with phase 1 going to phase 2. That's why he, like, instead of getting a phase 2 helmet, he took like half of his helmet and welded it onto a phase 2 helmet.
Oh, weird.
Like, and if you look at Rex's armor, he's chosen bits and pieces of phase 1 and bits and pieces of phase 2 and cobbled them together, because even he didn't think that like all of the clone shit was as
I'll have
good
to
as
go
all
back.
the other clone stuff.
I don't think about that. I hadn't noticed that. Interesting.
Yeah, well, that's why he has the lines on the helmet, is because it's a phase 1 and a phase 2
That he like
welded.
soldered
He
together.
just welded them together. Yeah,
Weird.
because Rex is a badass like that.
Will Vader be in the show? Ooh. I think he'll be mentioned. He'll be super mentioned.
I hope
think
that if he is, they'll use him sparingly, and we don't get
completely.
a bunch of Vader.
I agree. Or like it'll be one of those. If we do see Vader, it'll be kind of like that one novel that is like one of your favorite moments, where it's like young Vader and Tarkin get abandoned on a planet, sort of thing.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
like it's that first, like, this would probably be the first period of time where Tarkin and Vader are like just getting that prestige with one another, sort of thing. Like, Tarkin doesn't give a shit who Vader is. He probably is not even sure who Vader is yet.
Tarkin, based on Tarkin by James Luceno, he fully suspects that Vader and Anakin are the same person, but he has no proof, and he keeps it to himself. But
he gives a shit?
But we're given exactly that window into Tarkin's perspective, and he doesn't really give a shit about that. But he does suspect. I'm pretty sure that's Anakin under there. Like, Tarkin has his own personal suspicions, but
And
he
it's
keeps
like,
that...
it would make sense why nobody would want people to know that.
Right,
Because it would
but
be like,
Tarkin was a schemer, and Tarkin was smart enough to know that this information doesn't really serve me personally, so I'm not really going to talk about it or do anything with it, because I don't want to get myself killed, and there isn't really anything that he can use. He can't really benefit.
That's true.
He can't benefit in any way from knowing that, so he's just sort of like, I'll just keep that to myself.
You just randomly get called to the Emperor's chambers, and you're just like, and he's just like, well, I know you know.
Right, exactly.
And you're just like, no what?
They planted.
I don't know shit.
They first planted the seed of Tarkin and Vader's relationship in the Citadel prison arc in the Clone Wars, when they worked together to rescue Master Peel. But I hope that if Vader's in there, he's there with Tarkin, and we get to explore that a little bit. But I still don't want too much Vader. It'd be great if we could, get some more boots on the ground action, and let the Jedi be a special occasion, because they're supposed to be rare now. The Force.
What's rare?
The Force users.
Oh, yeah.
We are now in an era where Force users are no longer commonplace.
Well,
they are a rarity now.
Well, it depends on like how soon after Order 66 this happens. Like, this could be the continuation. My hair is just like pissing me off right now. This could be the continuation of the Jedi genocide, essentially.
The whole Order 66.
So this could be like also Vader in the prime of like the Marvel comics and the Dark Horse comics, where he was just like, I gotta kill everyone because everybody reminds me of who I am and what I did, so I gotta kill it. I just gotta kill everybody who reminds me of everything. So like
Ben Ruthless, for us it starts at midnight, which is in just a couple hours. It's 9 PST right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
9:17
midnight
PST.
on the East Coast, but I don't think
I don't
think they got the episode yet.
No, it comes out 3 a.m. for them. It comes out midnight West
Oh,
Coast.
thanks, Jake 9 6502.
What do y'all
what's a
think
leak?
the deal is with Omega? So I have a couple thoughts about that. So Omega
May the fourth
may be a
with you,
clone
Murdoch.
of Django, and the fact that she's female and blonde and doesn't really seem to resemble Django beyond the accent. I think that could indicate that like either the
I see
original
Murdoch.
genetic sample has degraded so much that the variations have gotten so much that they need to discontinue using it as a template anyway. Omega means the ending. That's what it can mean, the ending, which I think is also very symbolic of this. Is like she represents the end of cloning, of mass cloning of soldiers. You know, she could either represent a chapter of something new or just finality itself, and like we're not going to clone anymore because the Django template has gotten so corrupted that now it's just like this girl who is nothing like Django. So, or she's a clone of someone completely different. There's always that possibility too. I was
thinking it was more of a Thanos situation. They were like, you know what? We're going to make a clone army once just so that we can make a clone army, and then we're going to fuck up the system so that nobody else...
Make sure that no one can follow and do what they did.
Exactly.
That's a very Palpatine-sounding play. In Jango Fett Open Seasons by Hayden Blackman, the graphic novel, you see Django's biological family. And his sister's got some blonde hair, and his mom's got some blonde hair. So it is possible, based on this Legends comic, which is in no way canon anymore, that Django has blondes in his DNA, you know, and Omega could in fact be a Django clone. But I'm not set on that. I think that she could be a clone of just about anyone at this point. If Omega is in the end, is Boba the Alpha? Because Boba is an unaltered clone? Ah. I like that. And whoa. If there is a relationship, like a connection in that way between Boba and Omega, what if Omega's going to show up grown up in the Book of Boba Fett? Like you said, the Alpha and the Omega.
Well, I was thinking,
that would be crazy. I just now thought of that.
I was thinking if Django would have been the Alpha.
Well, Django would have been the original
Alpha, and then therefore Boba would be in competition for Omega, or no, because it would be Beta. It would be Alpha and then Beta, not Omega, because Omega comes third.
Yes, that is true.
So
that is true.
Yeah, Jake, the week is good thus far.
It's about to get better, man. Star Wars Day.
Got one of two of them Moderna vaccinations. So Katarn's on
Pfizer gang.
On Pfizer gang, and I'm on Moderna Mafia. So we did decide at some point we are gonna have a forced combat video about it.
Oh yes.
Because he's fully vaccinated. My final vaccination is.
Yeah, I hit full immunity. It was 2 weeks after the second poke. So
whatever
totally
the next,
good by now.
whatever this next, the 29th. I think I get my next vaccine on the 29th. So yeah, so we'll do a forced combat video.
It's gonna be great. As soon as we've
Pfizer versus Moderna.
Pfizer's gonna win. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we'll see.
Do you think we will see Clone Troopers Boyle from the 212th and Clone Trooper Dogma from the 501st of the Bad Batch? Oh man, why you gotta bring up such like heart-rending? Oh man, you can't make me think of Boyle without thinking about Waxer and Waxer's gone.
And I was gonna say I don't remember their names that specifically.
Waxer and Boyle were the two members of the 212th that befriended the young Twi'lek girl during the invasion of Ryloth. 212th is Obi-Wan's Legion. Yellow and orange stripes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Numa. Numa was the Twi'lek girl, and then he died in the friendly fire incident on Umbara. And Dogma is the guy with the V-shaped tattoo, and he's the one that ended up shooting Pong Krell.
Gotcha.
And I don't remember. Did Dogma get court-martialed for that? For killing Pong Krell? Did he see any sort of legit consequence? I'm not sure if I don't think he should have, but I'm like, did he end up in like a Republic brig by the time Order 66 happened, or was he out in the field still? I'm not sure if we could see Dogma. Dogma might be like in prison, you know? Yes, and it's awesome, Belsonic, that when Numa shows back up like as an adult in Rebels,
Ruthless,
she's wearing Waxer's armor. It was a great moment. Sorry, what?
I was saying, Ben Ruthless, sorry for your loss. We will be thinking of your brother.
Oh wow, I just read that too. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'll be thinking about him too now that I've read this while I'm watching it. Star Wars is really kind of like a powerful way to stay connected to your family, and especially like family that you have lost. You can remember them if you had like a shared love of this sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Like how strongly people feel about it and how strongly people can connect to each other over something like this is a very powerful thing. And even though it is like it's a space fantasy episode, like nerd thing about space wizards and robots,
but again,
but
like there's so many different parts of it. Like this is more soldiery for sure.
But you peel all of that away. It's all just dressing and setting. You peel it away. It's human connection, and being able to forge human connections with your fellow men and women just by having a shared love of space wizards and robots and nerdy stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's powerful. Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to get put like a countdown timer at the bottom here, counting down to midnight for Bad Batch, but I couldn't figure it out. So next time we do a hype stream, there's definitely going to be a little countdown timer there. It's going to be great. Yeah, I'm only like one OBS tutorial away from getting that thing going. Star Wars is about family, both birth family and found family. Absolutely, that is probably the most reoccurring theme in all of the stories.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all about found family. I'm kind of screwed. I've got a standardized test tomorrow. Oh man. Yeah.
What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Tuesday.
You know what? You are kind of screwed because we all know you're going to stay up and watch Bad Batch because I would not blame you. We all have to stay up and watch Bad Batch. It's Star Wars Day tomorrow, man. You know, at least you got your priorities straight. You can rest assured knowing that you're a dedicated Star Wars fan, and you should be celebrated for that, if nothing else.
But not to mention, like, there's also hopefully a second episode this week.
Yeah, 2 episodes this week.
Yeah.
They're not even supposed to be coming out on Tuesdays. This is just a Star Wars Day gift, and it's 70 fucking minutes, dude.
I know. I was thinking about that while I was at work earlier. That it's It's like an hour 40. Yeah.
I sent a message to Nerd Chronic. I was like, "Man, are you ready for this?" Like, I know I'm not the only reaction you're editing, and there's 70 minutes of pop. Funny. Like, you're gonna be busy. He's gonna be making good business, but like, man, a lot of editing for him coming up. 2 episodes this week, and I don't think the next one's.
I was gonna say,
minutes.
when do you think you'll be able to drop this reaction?
That depends entirely on his workload and how quickly he's able to turn it around to me.
So this might come out on Saturday.
Well, I'm able to upload the full-length reactions to Patreon pretty much immediately. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, you'll be getting the full-length reaction probably like 3 a.m. Pacific. It should be up and available. As for the YouTube highlight, that'll be in Nerd Chronic's hands, and he works fast, so you shouldn't be waiting very long at all. Leaving work early for my doctor appointment. That's how you do it, man. That's how you play the game. Who would win in a duel? Kit Fisto or Plo Koon?
Ooh. Oh, you mean like a saber duel? Kit Fisto, well...
It depends.
Yeah.
Are we underwater?
Kit Fisto might win that one just because he has the power of youth. Plo Koon's really cool. I really like Plo Koon. I think, but he would just like go a little bit too head heavy into it.
There are moves that Kit Fisto could do to totally fuck up Plo Koon, but I think he's too good of a person to do them. Yeah. For example,
Plo Koon would totally use the Force, but Kit Fisto would totally just like saber that shit.
Well, I was gonna say the opposite. Kit Fisto could use the Force to disable Plo Koon's breathing apparatus. Yeah. And then the fight's over, you know. Yeah. But I'm sure that there's a safeguard around that for the same reason why Jedi weren't able to just turn off Vader's suit with the Force. You know, they couldn't just shut down his breathing systems by flipping some switch.
But I dig it. We need give us questions.
That's canon. Napcakes has got the answer right here. Kit Fisto and Plo Koon, call it a truce and go out for drinks.
Excellent.
They absolutely would too.
Pop culture. Well, good use. What is that? Is that?
That is a hilarious emoji.
That's a hilarious emoji. Yeah, but it's a person, or it's like a person's face.
I don't know who that is. I see that all the time on Twitch chat. I don't know who that is.
Will this Q&A be on YouTube?
Yes, it will. Thank you. I was gonna answer that one. Yes. Every community Q&A gets archived on YouTube, so if you missed the beginning of the stream or you can't stay for the end, do not worry because the entire thing will be archived tomorrow. There's actually a bunch of Star Wars Day content that I'm going to be dropping on the channel tomorrow and here on Twitch, but that's going to be a surprise. So you're not going to hear what that is from me.
To Kit Fisto for also being one of the 2 times we ever get to see water and lightsabers like interact.
Yeah.
Like not only
looks so cool.
that was the only time we got to see the Vader or the saber underwater, and then the only other time we got to really like get to see the cool raindrop on the blade sizzle was the
I know what you're gonna say.
the Ventress Anakin fight.
Yep.
Dude.
In the micro series.
Oh, they're so fucking cool.
On top of the Yavin temples.
Yeah, dude. And it's
I get
just like
hyped
they're
just
just
thinking
like
about that
they're
fight.
just hanging out there, just ready to fucking kill each other, and then the drops just start hitting the lightsaber blades, and you just start hearing.
Yep. Scribble
start hearing
69 is
the-
right there with us. I always like the water specific lightsaber from the micro series. Gendy Tartarovsky, man, he just it's just a slice of brilliance.
Yeah.
His micro series of Clone Wars.
Which is now on Disney Plus.
Yep. They added a whole bunch of
fucking
stuff to their
It's like
vintage
legacy
collection.
Yeah.
Right next to Ewoks and the 2 movies.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to rewatch part of Battle of Endor.
Got to do it.
Because I want that fucking blaster pistol. I swear to God. I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Used it.
There is like either there's one rifle or a pistol in there very specifically that I remember like watching it as a kid, and I was just like, man, if I ever had a gun, that gun's that gun's shit. So I have to try to like watch through the movie and see if I can actually find it, and then take a picture of it and send it to Katarn.
From my memory, I remember it looking like an A280C, like a Rebel rifle, and it has the tape around the stock, and it looks a lot like Cobb Vanth's gun in Mandalorian, the one that he's got. It's got the big leather straps.
So fucking cool. Yeah.
Have you watched the new trailer for Bad Batch? Yes.
I've been watching a lot of shit on Instagram.
I reacted to it earlier today. It's up on the YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Have you seen it?
I've been watching a lot of trailers and a lot of whatever the Disney Plus social media drops have been. I've been watching.
Gotcha.
But anything that's specifically to YouTube, I haven't directly seen as of yet.
Let me see.
But I think a lot of it is the same thing. Same with the Marvel sizzle reel. That's the phrase I was looking for.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet. All right. So let me switch it over to here. So this is the characters trailer came out today.
Any comic/book characters? I'm hoping so.
This is supposed to be the final trailer, I guess.
Some moments echo throughout the galaxy.
Yeah.
You saw this on the Instagram?
Fucking love IGN, man.
Right.
Order 66.
It looks like we're gonna get it's gonna start off in the throes of the Clone Wars, and then we might even see 66 again.
Bro. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting, bro. We're gonna see Palpatine's speech on Kamino. Yeah.
You ready for this? Hunter, the leader, in and out, quickly and quietly.
Rambo.
I hope he works out with the other Gong Droid.
I want to know if his white eye works or not, or if he's.
CV Skillman, I'll be staying up with you generals. Can't wait to see you boys in action.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
We're doing
wait
this
for this.
Q&A. We're hanging out with you all, which is fucking fantastic. Also, give me a quick shout out as to where you all are from. But yeah, so we're doing this with you all fine folks, and then we're
Siberian
gonna
slavers.
be what's the word I was looking for? Checking in with good old Zach Bagans.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna watch some Ghost Adventures and then wait till midnight for this shit to drop. Again, 70-minute episode, man. This is the first time ever, not only in Disney Plus history, but in Star Wars-ish history shit. Yeah, over an hour. A lot of East Coast people. That's cool. Fucking Canada.
People
excellent.
coming from all over,
well
though. I
done,
like that.
Ben Ruthless. Fuck yeah. O2 from Canada. Oh, cool. Okay.
Illinois,
Jersey,
Canada, Texas,
Florida,
New Jersey,
Rhode
Florida.
Island, Chile. Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Arkansas.
This is great. Everyone's from all over the place.
Arkansas. Vancouver.
Nebraska. Nice. Okay.
That's
Hell
cool.
yeah. I have been
That's
to Texas, and I've
Chile.
been to Canada, and I've been to California.
CVS Kilman.
That's
Sorry,
awesome.
I was gonna say I've unfortunately never been to Canada.
Oh, really? Canada's awesome, dude. I went to Vancouver and I discovered that poutine exists and it's amazing.
I was gonna say,
and then I gained like 20 pounds and I came back.
There's an amazing D&D or like D&D miniature painter named the DM's Quest on Instagram that I follow, who lives in Canada, and she posts all the time about like poutine. I'm just like, at first when I saw the first picture of it, I was like really disgusted. I was like, what in the fuck is that? That looks horrendous.
No,
and then she told me
amazing.
And then she told me what it was, and I was just like, I think I could get down with that.
When I was working downtown, a couple of the street vendors would try and like recreate it and like do it their own way, and it didn't.
What is? I don't understand.
Oh,
when you gift.
Your cousin Vinny is gifting tier 1 subs to a bunch of people in the chat right now.
What does that mean?
It means that he's a fucking badass, and thank you so much. He's spreading the love around, and he's giving people subscriptions so they can be subscribers to the channel. Which is awesome, because then they get all the extra perks like notifications, subscriber only streams. Yeah, no, he's basically just flexing on all of us right now, and I'm here for it. It's amazing.
Formation of the Inquisitors. Oh.
And the Purge Troopers. Ooh, that would be cool. To answer the second part first. We love Ghost Adventures. Ghost Adventures is the shit.
What if Acolytes is all about the formation of the Inquisitors?
Acolytes is on some High Republic jams. Acolytes is going to be like a couple hundred years earlier, but like you never know.
That could be. That would be cool. Again, so I don't know if you. So I said earlier, I don't think we're gonna see any lightsaber action in this series.
I think we will. But it's gonna be small. It's gonna be sparse.
I think this might be one of the few things. Cause like we had a lot in Clone Wars, obviously, and then we had Ahsoka and the Darksaber come back in Mando season 2.
But they saved it for like the second half of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. Something tells me that this show might purely just be.
Star Wars
can't shoot 'em up necessarily.
Star Wars can't seem to handle being lightsaber free for more than a season. Mandalorian made it a season, and then season 2 they were like, "Oh God, no, we got to do it.
We got to bring in
Ahsoka, bring in Luke fucking Skywalker. Like we got to do it at this point."
Oh fuck, I forgot. How could I forget? Jesus.
How could you forget?
3.
Seriously.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
But I think that they might go for the long haul and be like a season and a half before we see a lightsaber. But because we're starting off in the Clone Wars, we have to be, since we're seeing battle droids and ATTEs and stuff in that trailer. We have to start off in the Clone Wars, and we have to see at least a couple Jedi generals die. I think they have to paint that picture for people who,
Resistance.
for some
I didn't watch
reason,
Resistance.
haven't seen the Clone Wars.
It was all planes. It was all planes. Planes and trains.
I liked Resistance. Resistance didn't really add anything, but it didn't really subtract anything either. It was just kind of, it was fun. It just existed. I haven't finished it yet. I actually am still meaning to finish season 2. So
even Star Tours has sabers. I don't think it always did. It didn't. The original one didn't.
Does Caravan of Courage?
It was all fucking new.
Sabers?
No.
Okay. So there's one.
No. Neither of the Ewoks have sabers.
Rogue One.
I would have remembered that shit.
Rogue One was doing so good, and then Vader showed up in the hallway, and it was fucking dope.
It was amazing.
But we came so close to having a saberless Star Wars movie, and then nope, not gonna happen.
Have it, but again, I'm okay with Vader ruining that moment. You know what? Technically,
no, totally. I'm totally okay with it.
Technically, we didn't get any saber action in Solo.
Maul lit it up in the hallway.
Oh fuck! You're right. Yeah. Damn it. You're right. Because we had to make sure.
One man couldn't have done this alone.
Yeah, no, because we super had to establish that it was indeed Maul.
Jake, I did see the Simpsons Star Wars thing on Instagram. Yeah, they're gonna put it on Disney Plus. There's gonna be like a 3-minute short animated Simpsons Star Wars thing called The Force Awakens from its nap. It's like a Maggie Simpson thing. I'm telling you now, the baby with the unibrow is gonna be the bad guy. Calling it now.
Yeah. Cody was in the hallway with Vader. Was he?
He could have been.
Sure.
He could have been. Well,
I guess that was the 501st, but
Cody wasn't in the 501st.
I feel like Cody would have been on the bridge.
Cody was never in the 501st. Cody was a 212th man.
I feel like Cody would be on the bridge.
Unless he was like manually reassigned to Vader's fist from the 212th post 66.
Yeah, I feel like
might have been.
I feel like post 66 they gave him an officer's or not an officer. Is that what I mean? I think they gave him a gray suit.
Would they have promoted him?
After 66, I feel like they would have pulled him.
Think about it.
Think about it. The field.
You're Darth Vader. You're building up. Rex is gone, so your commander of the 501st is gone. You need to replace him. You've got Greed to choose from. Well, actually, he got killed by Yoda. But you've got all of these clone commanders to choose from that you could switch out with, and you go with the one guy who failed to kill his Jedi. Like the meme. Everyone's doing a great job except Cody.
Except Cody, yeah.
Darth Vader's gonna be like,
pull him
yeah,
from
the guy who
field.
didn't kill Cody. He's gonna be mine number 2. Like, nah, man.
You gotta keep him close. Keep the fuck up close.
You
That
go
way,
with Commander Fox. You go with one of the
you
dudes.
keep those people in the field. You keep the fuck up on the ship.
You go with Captain Bakara because he shot Aayla Secura in the back 25 times. That's the guy that Vader's gonna choose. The guy who's ruthless to the Jedi. Cody, Cody fired one blast and then was like, I'm not gonna bother to check the pools. Let's go home.
He did bother to check it, just not with a stick. Yeah, he just briefly.
Okay, Apo is the 501st
scanned
commander in 3 since Rex had been reassigned to Mandalore. That's what we're getting here from Blue Fox. Awesome. Cool. I like how Apo has the Aang symbol on top of his helmet, and it's a reference to Appa from Avatar:
is
The
that
Last
real?
Airbender. Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, yeah, because that was Filoni's first show. He directed season 1 of Avatar.
Oh, interesting.
And then when Clone Wars happened, he had a tribute to it, which I didn't know about for the longest time until I started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then I realized. And also, the voice of Appa is D. Bradley Baker, which is another great coincidence. He's the clones. He's all the clones.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and so he's the voice of Appa and
weird.
Apo,
Okay.
the clone, which is great. Is Cody in Bad Batch? I say probably. There was a leak of a shot of him,
It could be
and then
mentioned.
Kessel Run Transmissions was like, look, it's totally legit, and then Reddit was like, no, it's not legit at all. And then it was like somehow confirmed, and then Kessel Run Transmissions did a victory lap, and then they found out that in fact it was actually just a screenshot from
we
season
see
7 that had been
Barris?
photoshopped, and they were like, yikes. So
Did Barris turn into
we
an
don't know if
Inquisitor?
Cody's gonna be in it. Basically,
Is that canon?
it's a strong theory. It's a strong theory.
I mean, she's still arrested somewhere, right? She's still in
Yes.
Jedi prison. but,
Until something canon comes along to tell us a different story, Barris Offee is sitting in a jail cell when Order 66 went down, awaiting
I
trial
feel like
for the
she
bombing.
probably still is sitting in a jail cell. If
Well-
anything. I don't know if they would have let her become an Inquisitor.
She must have been awaiting her own trial, right? They're not just going to put Ahsoka on trial and then switch defendants
we
halfway
see her?
through
We
and just
could, though. That
continue.
would be
Like, they'd
cool.
give her a fresh trial at that point. You would have to assume.
Man, Barris and Luminara were so fucking cool. What was her saber? She was blue. That's right. Barris, not Luminara. I knew Luminara was green. Barris had
was
a
blue
saber.
until she was red.
That was both cool. She didn't take up a red crystal though.
No, but she took up
she
Ventress's
might.
red sabers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then she said red is her
Oh,
color.
weird. I don't remember that part. Weird.
She was like,
I need to
red's
go
my
back.
color.
No, it's not, girl.
mean-
don't put red with green skin. Not to be racist, but like,
Anakin-
who are you gonna be? Christmas Sith? Get out of here.
Hey man, if you don't think that red goes with green, you are clearly not a 40k orc player. Because you got green skin, you got to paint everything red so it can go faster. Those are the rules.
And purple for it to be stealthy, apparently.
Darth Kringle.
Oh yeah, see, there you go.
Ooh, do you think we'll see Kix being frozen or defrozen in Bad Batch?
I don't remember.
So Kix is one of the clones. He gets frozen in carbonite, and then sort of discarded.
Was it a carbonite test?
He was frozen in carbonite. Basically, so from
Christmas
a meta standpoint, he was frozen in carbonite so that he could be frozen and then show back up in the sequel trilogy in one of the books. And he is in the company of Sidon Ithano, who is the Crimson Corsair. Okay, Count Dooku's the one that froze him. Thank you. I was spotty on that detail.
Weird. Interesting.
And then he ends up in the Crimson Corsair ends up in possession of Kix, and so he gets thawed out like 30 years later, which is nuts. That is canon. That is in a canon novel, and it makes him the longest lasting clone on record because we don't know how long Rex lives for yet. We know he was at least at Endor.
Who fucked with
Nick
Echo?
Sant has
Oh,
become him.
the fucking banking clan. You know,
Wat Tambor.
It could be interesting.
Techno Union.
Techno Union. That's what I was looking
Yeah, the banking clan were the
it would
long
be
face, the
interesting.
Plagueis
It
guys.
would be interesting to see Bad Batch if in an episode Echo gets his revenge, sort of a thing. Because like technically because technically Techno Union is still a separatist, right?
It would
what
be,
if their missions could be, all right, you gotta go fuck up.
that is a story that I've always
separatists.
wanted to see, is the brand new empire just crushing the last little vestiges of separatist holdouts. Like the Techno Union still got some juice. Kato Neimoidia, the Neimoidians probably still have some resources on their side.
Or no, the Banking Clan totally helped out with them fucking Snoke clones and
the Banking Clan
Palpatines in a jar.
Ooh,
right.
Speaking of that, that's another thing that the show could give us, is like they could
Palpatines
really
in the jar.
well, they could expand on the
clone.
they could expand on the cloning in general. They could tell us how cloning works on Kamino, and they could give us more parallels between that cloning and the cloning we see in Mandalorian, and then the cloning we see on Exegol in 9, and also in like Darth Vader issue 11, where we see the hand in the jar and the little proto Snoke.
Oh, I saw that on fucking, where did I see that? Of like, isn't it Luke's hand? Like, was it there?
That's the
like
notion. So Darth Vader number 11 takes place a couple weeks after Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, where Luke gets whoosh.
Yeah.
And so
and like they find
that's the most plausible theory, is that would be in there. Now, how the hand went to Palpatine and the saber went to Maz, that's what I want to fucking know. That's what I want to know.
They probably had different weights, so they probably slid down.
Get you a guy that keeps a severed hand in a jar. Exactly.
Do you know how many people keep severed hands in a jar? Hannibal. Mr. Gold, a.k.a. Rumpelstiltskin. Fucking Captain Hook. Fucking... there's somebody else.
All well-rounded, well-adjusted individuals. Well, that's actually a list of my role models. So.
Yeah, right. Hands in jars. Man, I feel like I'm missing something.
Vinny, I love it too, man.
It's gonna come
I think Star Wars takes itself a little too seriously sometimes.
Doctor Who. There's like a Doctor Who point where like David Tennant gets his hand chopped off in a sword duel and he keeps it in a fucking jar. Yeah. And then they use said hands, and then they use said hands to turn it into a clone.
It happens in the comics that he finds the saber. That's right. But yeah, no, Star Wars takes itself a little seriously sometimes, and I think that like the vampy, pulpy, like ridiculous side of it, like needs to shine through a little bit more. And having a creepy floaty hand in a jar, like Greg Pak, Raphael Yanko, they knew exactly what they were doing. Like they're bringing it back a little bit, and I appreciate it. My role models are sitting in front of a face cam right now, talking to being buddies. Oh. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Jack doesn't have it anymore, based on my very, like, brief Doctor Who. Don't they, like, turn it... Doesn't it, like, grow itself into, like, an actual David Tennant, and then, like, it gets sent off to a parallel world with Rose... Like
you are speaking another language.
Shit. I know, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
I do not know my Who's. I'm not a Whovian.
I only know this because my mom's a Whovian.
My dad is a Whovian and has been since like the 60s.
On the hand to make a second one, yeah, and then it lives off, but it has like a human life because it only has one heart, and then it lives off. It lives off with fucking Rose on that beach or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Ooh. I do think we're gonna get a death in the series.
You think it'll be Tech or?
I think it could be either Tekka or Echo. Damn. It'll be Tekko. Yeah.
Taco.
It's gonna be Taco. But I think Hunter's off limits because Hunter is now the uncle figure of Omega. So I don't think they're gonna kill Hunter. I think Wrecker is too much the comic relief. They wouldn't kill the comic relief.
100%.
Crosshairs might die, but I don't think he counts as the squad if he ends up leaving the squad.
I was gonna say he's the one that has to leave, so they're not gonna kill him off.
Right,
at least not right now.
Well, no, I'm gonna put this out here now, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm committing this.
Hunter gonna die?
Prediction. I'm committing this prediction to the record. Crosshairs. Is gonna betray the team, and he's gonna hunt them through the whole season. And at the end of the season, he's gonna find them. He's gonna realize they were right, and he's gonna sacrifice himself so they can escape. And that's what's gonna happen to Crosshairs.
Ooh, that's a pretty Zuko answer. I'm down.
That's what I
appreciate that. That's pretty cool. Actually, I can't say that because you haven't got that far with Zuko, but whatever.
Don't think they do it, but what if they kill Hunter and Echo takes charge? Man, Echo goes from being the new guy to the leader of Bad Batch. That would be quite a change of position for him.
That would give Crosshairs enough incentive to stay loyalist, though.
It's true.
That could piss him off enough, or that could generate enough you know,
You think he would leave them
unruliness.
based on like personal ambition, like I should have been the leader kind of thing?
Not personal ambition, but I think he'd be like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, why is this new guy who's more machine than man, why does he get to be the leader? When it should be like, Wrecker should be the leader.
I could see that. I could see that.
Or like...
How long is it between this and Rebels? Because we could see Callus, or however his name is spelled. Yeah, if we get young Agent Callus, that would be like an extra treat. I'm not expecting
Probably like
Callus
orderly
yet.
Callus at this point. He's probably pushing mop buckets. And
Yeah,
like
right. He's
doing,
an ensign Callus.
He's doing his squire shit right now.
We are 14 years before Rebels. Okay, that's good to know.
cool.
I didn't know that number, so
cool.
that's good to know.
Well, because it's what, 20? It's like 20-something years between Episode 3
I wonder-
and New Hope?
Yes.
Or between
yes.
Rogue One, even?
Between Rogue One and
Rogue
New Hope
One's
is like
essentially-
consecutive.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
basically.
saying, between Episode 3 and Rogue One.
19 years.
19
19
yeah.
years.
So yeah, it's 14 at that 19. That makes sense.
Well, we know that Kenobi show is going to be 9 BBY, so that's right up in there too. So there's a lot of things they could set up in Bad
Get
Batch
some
that would be
Thrawn?
then like immediately
No.
tied in Kenobi. We could get
That's-
early Thrawn. We
that
could
is
get
a
early
very-
Gideon.
I think I'm not
We
to
could get-
shit not to shit on your parade, Murdoch. I think I'm just being a little too realist. But like that would be cool for us to get Thrawn. I don't know if they would give us such a great white shark.
He doesn't believe. He doesn't believe.
I don't
but
believe.
I believe there's hope. I think you're on.
I feel like
Murdoch.
Thrawn. They might. We'll definitely see.
Scribbles,
I
yes.
don't know, Ahsoka series.
It's confusing
Ahsoka
because
series.
Timothy Zahn wrote the canon ones and Timothy Zahn wrote the legend ones. So you can't just be like, oh, it's a Zahn one, it's canon. Because there's a new set of Thrawn books and an old set of Thrawn books. Half
Goes
of them
on
are
Revenge.
canon.
I
All
like
of them
that.
are amazing.
I like that. Ben Ruthless. That's pretty Game of Thrones. That's a pretty
That would
Game
be
of
very
Thrones
dark.
thing. I dig it.
If that happens, it'll be one of the darkest animation storylines for like a main arc. And I know about
dig it.
Umbara, I know
dig
about the
it.
other stuff. But for this show to start off on that foot,
With
that
a
would
child
be,
death, dude.
that would be nuts.
Wait, oh my god.
That would be nuts.
Grogu.
Grogu rumors. I haven't heard them, but I can imagine what they are. It's possible. It depends on how
doesn't-
much of 66 we're gonna look at here. Like we might just like have a 30-second montage of Jedi
Oh,
getting,
that's right. Grogu
and then
is
we're like,
50.
okay, we're here now. And they
Grogu
might
is
spend a
technically
whole
50 years
episode
old.
talking about what Bad Batch did during 66, and maybe that'll involve Grogu, and like Jocasta Nu smuggles him out and gives him to the Bad Batch or something. Who knows? I
think they'll
don't
mention-
know
I
if
think
they're gonna
they-
focus
I
on
don't
Grogu
think
that much.
No, not at all.
Any kind of Mandalorian tie-in we might get is going to be heavily centered around Fennec Shand and maybe her meeting Boba. Yeah, Jocasta Nu with her crazy lightsaber gun from the Giuseppe Camuncoli comics. That one was awesome. It like fires lightsaber gun bolts.
A zombie game.
Zombie game
A
mode would be
zombie-
great. You could do like the Geonosian zombies too. Like you're in the catacombs and they're like
Dude, zombie bugs would be terrifying.
Geonosians coming at you, and then you could also do Death Troopers, like the canon, like the Legends one, where you're on like a blockade runner and there's just like zombie stormtroopers chasing you in the dark. Or you could do like Youngling Hunt, where you're a youngling, and or where you're a Jedi and there's like clones trying to kill you. Order 66 mode, you know, like in the temple, you
that's
gotta
fucked
hide in the
up.
temple as wave after
That's
wave of
fucked
troopers
up.
come after you.
Interesting.
Yeah, Delta Squad series would be amazing. I think that this is basically the canon counterpart to a Delta Squad series. And I don't know if it's going to be Delta Squad themselves, but we may get
That's my
Republic
favorite.
Commandos in this show. You never know.
I missed something. Oh, lightsaber gun is your favorite weapon. I understand. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Or your
Jocasta Nu.
favorite weapon. I was gonna say, oh man, what's my favorite gun? Fucking Lando's my favorite pistol. Jesus. Fucking the.
Go to the Wawa to pick up some snacks for the premiere. What do you recommend? I would recommend some Funyuns.
Bro. Wawa.
Probably, I don't know, either a Coke or a Red Bull, because it's going to be a late night.
It's 70. Yeah, I was gonna say it's 70 minutes. I was gonna say a slushy.
And because it's Star Wars
was gonna
Day
say
and I'm
slushy.
treating myself, I'd get like a Hostess pie or something that's really bad.
Truth.
Because I only do that when it's a special occasion.
Hostess cupcakes.
Yeah, right? And if I feel like dying, I'll eat a taquito.
Wawa does.
I wanna end it all. I'll eat some of their hot food.
That's 7-Eleven shit.
Well, that's because
Wawa-
I'm a
Wawa is
7-Eleven
an East Coast
gentleman, all right?
That's true. But yeah, so
I go break bottles behind the
Let's see,
Wawa, but
yeah.
we don't have one here.
favorite overall pistol is definitely Lando's Battlefront gun. My favorite clone weapon.
You talking about the X28 Night Sniper with the
The
Pearl
Night
Grips?
Sniper. God,
yeah,
that thing's
man,
a
that's a
sexy-
nice
sexy
blaster.
gun.
That's a nice
Favorite
blaster.
clone trooper weapon.
DC-15, long rifle, easy.
The long rifle. Well, it's
just-
so long, though.
Dude,
like,
but
it's
just like it's so iconic.
You could
Battle
just-
of Geonosis,
I
a
feel like
white
if you
armored troop
hit
and an
somebody
orange
with it, it'll just
sandstorm, just carrying this fucking
bend.
gun that's twice as long as he is.
It is twice as long. It's stupid.
Shooting out just like lances of blue into that sandstorm. Easily my favorite visual sequence of the Battle of Geonosis, and I love the DC-15s for that. Rex is carrying DC-17 pistols, I believe.
The pistols are pretty.
Ooh, hand me that blaster right there.
Which I was gonna say
The one that CVS Skillman just named in the chat. The one on the stand.
Oh, the Katarn's blaster.
There you go.
Oh, well, I thought you were still talking about clone pistols.
Oh no, yeah. There's
clone weapons.
you guys can't see it, but there's a whole bunch of blasters over there.
Oh yeah,
Skillman, that's what you talk about.
You
talk about this K16 Briar pistol right here, made by Golan
clone
Arms.
troopers and stormtrooper figures and their various weapons that they're holding.
Yes.
Oh, you know what I
There's a
did really
trooper shelf
like
over there,
actually as a
too.
kid? The Scout Trooper leg pistol.
Yes,
there was
his holdout
something.
blaster.
There was something really like squirt gunny and like
It's
triangular
because-
about it that I just like really thought was campy.
It's
and
because
I
it
really
had like
liked
a cutlass style guard over the
and it was
hand
just so
grip.
pew pew, and I
And it
just
was
really
literally
liked
as
it
long as
a
my
kid.
finger, yeah.
Yeah, there was just something I really liked about the trooper pistol.
I think
Ooh, the Dark Trooper shotgun thing. That's my clone.
Yeah.
Does that count as a clone weapon? No.
Speaking of Dark Troopers, it might become a clone thing because I think that we might get like the beginning of the clone, the beginning of the Dark Trooper program here. We might see phase ones.
What
in
if
Bad
those
Batch.
are the zombies in the Star
Give me
Wars
the- give me
zombie
the
game?
Jangos.
Actually, that would be pretty fucking cool.
Hand me one of the Django's down there.
Like if you just if
West
you were in
Star
a
or die,
dark-
huh?
If you were in a dark ass room with just a bunch of fucking just like fog of war, and you just see these glowing ass red eyes of Dark Troopers, and you have to just survive the room, that'd be a pretty cool zombie.
I would
mission.
play the fuck out of that game mode. That would be awesome. And yes, I do have two of these because it would be foolish to have a single West Star 34. Wizard of Oz. I think that the West Star 34 blaster might be my favorite blaster sound effect in all of Star Wars. A close second is those weird bubble cannons that the Geonosians fire.
I know.
With that weird like
I
whoop
don't
whoop whoop
remember
whoop
what-
whoop whoop sound. It's
that's
like a
right,
wham,
I was-
wham, 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 wham.
I don't remember
I
what
can't
they
do it.
sounded like.
They
but,
sound
like, I knew
trippy and weird. I love
knew
it.
exactly which one though. It looks like a fucking cornucopia when they hold it.
Bell
so weird.
Sonic, all of the West Stars have like a choom choom
Naboo
sound,
guns?
but the West Star 34s
That's
have
true.
their own specific choom 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 choom. Like it has a kind of like a metallic kind of like phaser on it
Yeah.
almost. Like when Django fires them, it's a
The
very
Naboo
iconic
weapons.
sound.
I did really like the Naboo weapons. Now I think about it.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, keep these questions coming. Fucking love it. West Star die. Yeah, zombie wampas. That would be. Why don't you just say zombie yeti while you're fucking at it? Jesus. Like to see some shadow troopers. Yeah, like that would automatically, if they were to put those in an upcoming Battlefront, any sort of just like side thing, even if the mobile games, like I used to play the Galaxy of Heroes mobile game, and they're like chucking out new characters left and right. Like for example, like that one I think is one of the first actual like Star Wars games that's come out since the Disney purchase that has like Revan and a bunch of other KOTOR characters. So there's a lot of things that they could potentially bust out with that one. Mando's rifle, yeah, the initial fucking disintegrator. That thing is incredible. Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen. I think that was the first time we've actually seen weapons do disintegrations, which is I'm all about it. Let's see, like Baze's blaster. I'm trying to remember who Baze was. Mando's rifle, yes. We get Battlefront 3 soon. You know, they have a lot. They have a lot on their plate. Commander Fox. He's totally read that as Captain Frodo instead of Captain Fordo. as Katarn laughs at me from the back. Well, it's like the Revan. They threw in Revan and a bunch of other shit. No disintegrations. But yeah, Shadow Troopers could totally be a. Oh, Baze Church's friend. Yeah, the giant vacuum cleaner gun.
Baze Malbus.
That would be
The Ghostbusters gun where it's like connected to a backpack on it. Yeah.
Well, it's totally backpack, but it's a cylinder. It's like that shit's straight up a vacuum cleaner.
Well, I loved it. It was the homage to the Vietnam movies, because there's always that one fucking guy in the Vietnam movies who's got just a magazine hanging down for like 30 feet. Like there's always the one
Predator did have the dude with the minigun. 100%.
That's Baze Malbus. That's why he had that, and it had like, instead of a just like a big chain-fed magazine, it was like a huge power pack going into a backpack.
Yeah.
That was totally like a visual nod to that kind of like the Vietnam. Like there's always the heavy guy.
Dude, the fact that it had auto targeting was the fucking coolest feature, though.
Oh god, yeah.
I think the fact
when they run
that,
it through and he's just
and he just like and like, yeah, I don't remember. No, he didn't have an eye thing, but I do remember it somehow having like that auto.
It did have
aim,
two
that's
fire
the word I
modes
was
on it,
looking for.
and
Fuck.
Cassian Andor had the A.
Well, he had that
A210,
He had that
the
Nerf
modified.
gun. Yeah, he
It
had
had
that
three
Nerf
configurations. It had a blaster, a rifle, and a sniper style that you could turn it into, and that is badass.
Yep. It initially reminded me of the gun that What's His Nuts from Friends used in the Lost in Space remake.
A280 CFE. It was a modified A280. The A280 is the Battle for Endor gun that you're talking about. Yes.
Oh, I have to look at it in a picture. Reminded me of the smart gun from Aliens.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz. That sound effect when Anakin decapitates Dooku, like the really grisly, just like blade screech, and then like that dude Ben Burt, man. Ben Burt is responsible for all of those awesome sounds.
3, man.
It was too dangerous to be left alive.
Katarn and I were talking about it on Sunday when we were playing Diablo 3. Of just like how fucking like out of all of the Star Wars movies, just like it's such golden garbage, you know. Like it's my absolute favorite, just because of like, out of context, you don't have to know anything about Star Wars, and like just the story itself, like you could watch it not knowing shit, and you're just like, oh, this pregnant lady clearly loves this emo guy, and this guy with the beard, he's clearly just trying to keep everybody from killing themselves. I don't understand what's going on. And then there's Samuel L. Jackson fighting this old dude, and then
the old dude's kicking ass somehow.
Shit! Now they're fighting on this lava planet, and this guy's just crying, and I hate you. I hate you. Like,
there's no subtlety
so
there.
Glorious.
It's
I
like
fucking love episode 3 so much.
They don't just have a falling out. He's got to cut his arms and legs off and set him on fire. Like it's
so
the
like,
level
even
of friendship
to this
ending that's happening
even to this
here.
day. But like even then, like we were teenagers when that shit came out, right? And we were just hyped up because of what we were watching, right? And then now later on, like 20 years later, we're just now kind of re-looking at that layer of like, oh shit, what did Obi-Wan actually mean when he said, I had failed you, Anakin, I had failed you? And then all of us are like, father complexes, and we're just like, because he didn't do the dad thing that like, we didn't pick that up when we first saw this movie, and it's like, we're still watching this shit, and it's just like,
it's completely,
man.
Every time you rewatch a movie that has as much layers and subtext in it as the prequels do, you catch new details.
Just, it's so Romeo and Juliet, just like, you brought him here to kill me.
All right, here we go. Guess the Star Wars song. Bum 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 bum.
Sith is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Nailed it. Give me another one.
Do you think we'll get a teaser for Andor?
I hope
He's
so.
a child, wouldn't?
Do you mean tomorrow? Will we get a teaser for Andor tomorrow? Because May 4th they're going to give us some sort of a sizzle, maybe. I don't think it'll be Andor. I think it'll be Kenobi, because we know that Kenobi is in production, and they may have something in the works to show us already. I guess they are filming
Rey
Andor
isn't even
already.
born yet, and like, oh shit! Never mind. Andor is the assassin dude from Rogue One. I was thinking,
Cassian. Yeah.
I was thinking, like, in my head, I was thinking Poe Dameron for some dumbass reason. I was like, Poe's not even. That bitch isn't even alive yet.
Poe Dandor.
But like Andor.
Yeah, no.
As
in Andor the show, because he's getting his own show.
Yeah, that's right. He's like He's assassinating people.
Well,
right
Andor
now.
He's Fulcrum.
Theoretically.
He's a Fulcrum agent.
Oh gosh.
We know that he was a Fulcrum before Ahsoka was.
I was thinking the Andor show is potentially going to be around him doing all the shit for the rebels that he didn't like the fact that he was doing. But it could be both of those, actually. Are you trying to go over the songs in your head?
Oh, okay. What's this next one? Bum bum bada bum. Bum bum bada bum 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 bada dum 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 bum da 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 da. That's what it is now. Whether that's what you suggested, now that's what it is. I'm altering the
Solo
deal.
confirmed.
Do you think we might get a young Moff Gideon? But I can't see that happening because of Tarkin.
That's true.
It's absolutely possible that we could see Gideon rising through the ranks. I think if we see him anywhere, we're gonna see him as like a young science officer on Kamino, somewhere that he can become aware of cloning. You know, because the fact that his master plan years later
Gideon
involves like all the cloning technology, you'd think that he got that idea from somewhere. So if he started his Imperial career off on Kamino, like around the cloning facilities, that would make a lot of sense. That'd be really cool.
Strandic's my achievement, not yours.
Oh, you're thinking of Krennic.
I was thinking of Krennic. Yeah.
We could see Krennic.
We could see Krennic.
We could see Krennic. We could see Galen Erso because the Death Star is in development.
We could see some Death Star shit.
Project Stardust is happening.
Actually, that would be really cool if we saw some preemptive Death Star shit. We could go back to Geonosa. Well, no, Dooku. We have the plans. Never mind. Do we? Dooku had the plans from Geonosa. Oh yeah, and he gave it to Palpatine. That's right.
Yeah, it happened in that movie.
This all
it happened
afterwards.
as soon as the battle started. They were
So,
like, nope, get those plans out of here.
Theoretically, so we would potentially, if we were gonna do Death Star stuff, we would potentially see that beach planet. Scarif, yeah.
We could see literally, and that's the cool thing about the Star Wars animation is that it doesn't matter where they want to set the story. They can animate any location, and I guess that's true with live action now because of the volume too. But that wasn't always.
Love Krennic.
That wasn't always the way though.
I wish I remembered his name more often. What was his title? Was he an admiral? No,
he was director. Director Krennic.
Director.
He was director.
On your aspirations.
He was director of the Imperial Engineer Corps.
Yeah.
Remember in Solo when they go to the Imperial Registration and they have the Imperial March playing like in a big band version over the speakers? It was so funny. It's like propaganda at its finest. It's like this major version.
That was really cool though.
Triumphant Imperial March. Yeah, we hear it in Solo, and we also get to hear, it's not the same version, it's a different version of a Triumphant Imperial March in Empire Day episode of Rebels when they have the parade walking through the streets of Lothal. Kevin Kiner does a Triumphant Imperial March remix there too.
Gotcha. I was thinking of the random march. It's called Anakin's Betrayal.
When they're walking up the temple steps.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Anakin's Dark Deeds.
But that's not. I think it might be Dark Deeds, or is Dark Deeds with the humming and the choir as he's like killing things and the temple's on fire. And then Yoda drops his walking stick.
No, the one where everything's on fire. That's Padme's ruminations.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I think someone in the chat will know for sure. I'm sure. Because people in the chat always know these things. They always know these things.
Rebels also. But was it the actual Imperial March though?
Well, that's
like Solo, they went straight out in like World War II. That shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Which is what I really appreciated on how they like kind of did have it come out through the radio.
That's what I was just saying. Is they had Kevin Kiner do like a remix of it to make it like in a major key and make it all like triumphant and like victorious.
Temple March song is the 501st theme. That would make sense.
Yep. Yes, the droid invasion from episode 1, which you also hear for 2 seconds in what's it called? Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. In the moment when
what?
Yeah, no, John Williams. I caught this when I was a kid. I noticed it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna remember this. So John Williams reused one of his musical themes in the scene in Indiana Jones when they go outside and they're about to board the Nazi Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You hear bum ba-da-dun, dun da da dun da dun da dun dun da da
Oh
dun.
yeah.
And then they get out. You
Yeah,
hear it
yeah,
once
yeah.
and one time only.
Yeah.
And it's exactly
when
the
they're
same.
sneaking on board. That's so fucking
Yeah,
right.
it's-
And then
it's the
literally the
Zeppelin
next
music.
the next scene is Sean Connery and Harrison Ford changing their clothes,
Right.
Because they're trying to get into disguise.
And he gets up there.
and then the ticket dude's like, "Show me your ticket."
And he's like, psh, and throws him out of the thing. He's like, no ticket.
yeah. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
no, because John Williams
Well
does the
done.
Indiana Jones soundtrack, and in the score,
Good call.
boom, straight up Trade Federation march right before they board the Zeppelin. I noticed that when I was a kid, and I was like, wait a second, this is from the Phantom Menace, which had just come out.
Oh god.
He uses some prequel cues in Harry Potter as well during
Also,
the second year Quidditch
God
match.
bless to
Yes, he
Galactic
does.
Empire for giving us heavy metal versions of said songs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they did give us the heavy metal version of Trade Federation.
Galactic Empire's metal covers are so much more than just like your typical metal cover, because they are actually
Truth.
covers of the score arrangement. They're playing note for note what Williams wrote, just adapted for instruments, and it's super
Yes.
impressive. Their cover of the Asteroid Field is extremely technically advanced, and like some of the stuff that they're pulling off on those guitars, man, like
Oh, I was thinking of the
They're-
drum pedals for some,
they're not just
but yes.
nerds. These are some musically talented
These are some
nerds,
music
man.
nerds.
Like
I hope we can
straight
at
up.
them somehow. Somebody fucking tag them in this shit.
One of the guys follows me on Twitter,
That's great.
so I'll have to let him know that we gave the band a shout out. Check out Galactic Empire if you haven't already. They are fucking awesome.
They're totally on Spotify.
Yes, they are. As is Showdown from Iceball Station. It's now
That's
hosted
right!
on,
That's
Spotify.
right!
So you should check it out.
Because it's a lot easier to multitask when you're listening to said dice RPG game versus trying to watch it on YouTube.
If
I will
we're
also
honest,
say.
the
So
audio
you can
aspect
listen
is
to
the
it.
strongest aspect of it
It
anyway.
is. The sound effects are peak performance.
If you watch it on YouTube, the only benefit is that you're looking at our mugs the whole time. But you can hear everything that you can hear on YouTube on the podcast version on Spotify as well.
And you can listen to it in your car.
Exactly, or while you're doing
Or
the
while
dishes,
you're walking,
or like
yeah.
walking the dog, doing whatever
Which
whatever
is
it is
essentially
you
more
do.
like audiobook.
Totally.
But yes, season 1
Should have mailed to the Marx Brothers.
Season 1 is completely done.
Yeah,
And
as of
now,
what, like 2 weeks ago? 2
yeah.
weeks ago we finished filming. Took a fucking
editing
year. We started
editing
in July of
wise,
last year.
editing wise, I think we are through the first third of the. You can catch
Just
the first third
just
of
about.
the story on YouTube thus far.
Yes,
There's still
we
2/3
started filming
left.
in July. We wrapped 2 weeks ago, and I'm currently editing the footage from September. So that shows you how far along we've gotten there. Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace, Sean Connery. That's right. He
Count
just
Dooku
passed this past
also
year, didn't he?
Has some heavy metal albums. Is there a band called Count Dooku? That
No,
does...
as in Christopher Lee put out heavy metal
Oh,
albums
gotcha.
himself. Yeah, they are amazing.
I'm
I
not-
shed the blood of the Saxon man.
I was gonna say I heard. Oh, is that? Oh man.
Yeah, those are his songs.
I'm
are
gonna
like,
have to listen to this shit now.
No,
Because
it's
I thought it
amazing.
was. I wasn't sure if this was like young Christopher Lee.
No,
or...
old ass Christopher Lee standing there holding a sword in one hand and a microphone in the other, singing about shedding the blood of Saxon men. It's pretty amazing.
Was he like? Was this his band or was he just guest starring?
Oh, in fact,
Can we share screen?
I believe we can. Let me just see if I can find it first. Let's see if we can get a music video going. Oh, good. We have a music video.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right.
Oh man.
I'm gonna turn.
Oh,
the
man,
volume
I'm
just a little
excited.
bit here. All right. This is
Oh,
Christopher Lee, The Bloody Verdict of Verdun music
I
video.
love his ghost. He does a version of Ghost Riders in the Sky? Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, so who are the other band members?
His bandmates. I don't know.
Just random ass people?
People that aren't Christopher Lee.
Man have to fight all his life, only in death to take flight to the skies. Warmongers fight.
Bro, the bone piles. I love the bone piles.
I love the random skull just on the floor there to help blend it in.
They came in their hordes, ransacking villages,
Bro, one of the bandmates has to be like related to him or something.
can't.
fearless and cruel.
wielding swords if we're gonna listen to this shit.
Yes.
Here we go.
Direct.
4,000 men, all dead in one day. They would not renounce their heathen ways.
Should have
I wouldn't.
heathen
I wouldn't.
ways, son.
Fuck! I wouldn't renounce my heathen ways. Are you kidding me?
To subject
If Christopher Lee told me to, while he was
I
holding a
don't know,
sword,
man.
I'd renounce my shit. I have an entire Gothic family.
This is pretty fantastic.
It's inspiring. Look at the cinematic birds flying by. I dig it.
A
lot.
4,000
a lot of Saxon men.
And he's all saying this from his chair. I love it. Oh my god, so much fire. So much fire.
This is extremely iMovie, and I'm here for it.
Oh man. Check that goatee.
This does slap. You're absolutely right, Belsonic.
Don't make me kill you. Oh yeah, dude. It's so the whole
Just when you
everything
thought
about
Christopher
episode
Lee
two
couldn't
is
be fucking cooler.
fantastic. Sweet blades.
converting entire tribes by the sword.
Converting tribes. Oh man.
So, our Lord, on that day in Verdun, no mercy given, victory for the chosen people.
For the chosen people. At first I thought he was gonna say for the trolls.
It's not the Saxon man, that's for sure.
I don't think his chain is big enough.
I think he just needs more of them.
This is true.
He's wearing a sweet members only jacket, though.
I was gonna say he almost looks like a car Stark. The ways. 30 ways of campaigning.
Those pagans to Christian rule.
Wow.
It's quite a friendship circle they got
Hey,
going.
I was gonna say, yeah. How many people do they have in their band? 7? Oh yeah, no, they're totally friends.
But my lord, there is no such force.
They're totally friends.
And then you see how many fucking people he's got in his band.
Oh, he's standing up now. I swear the word of the Saxon
Shit gets
word.
real when Christopher Lee stands up.
Shed the blood of the 4,000.
He almost stabbed us.
I'm trying to tell if it's the same sword or if they have different swords. Be like, I'm sorry, we can only
Yeah,
afford.
air sword. I can play that sword solo. Sword solo.
We can only afford one sword and one Christopher Lee.
Oh, fucking dude, Christopher Lee owns like 17 swords.
True.
Just like he could have supplied his own swords for this video. I've got 2 swords.
Yes.
I'm not nearly Christopher Lee.
This is true.
The man's probably got a whole armory in there. Or he did. Yeah, swing it, brother.
Oh man. Oh,
That was great.
man.
That was great.
Wow.
No, we don't need to see it again. That's okay.
That was some
awesome.
power.
Yeah, I feel strangely powerful now.
Oh
Let me
man.
adjust that volume there.
That
was awesome.
That was
All right,
was
I'm gonna take these swords away
was-
before we hurt ourselves.
pretty inspiring. That was like if someone played that, if I was playing D&D or if I was a DM and someone was a bard and played that, I would give the whole table inspiration for that shit. Oh man. That was just empowering in a different way.
What better way to build hype for the Bad Batch than listening to Christopher Lee sing a metal song about shedding the blood of 4,000 Saxon men. So, real talk, in real life, how many Saxon men do you think Christopher Lee has actually killed?
I mean, technically he is Saxon, so if anything, he's, well...
Technically, we're all Saxon.
The German... I was gonna say, he's killed a lot of... Well, fuck. Germans still count as Anglo-Saxon, don't they? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no,
Germans
there's the
Anglo-Saxon.
Saxons. Or the Germans, the Anglos.
Well, Saxony was that entire region.
Oh, Saxony was that whole region. Yeah, you're right. So I guess... Hey Siri, what's Christopher Lee's kill count?
Jesus.
You know?
Yeah,
I wonder if she knows
They were totally different swords.
Hey Siri, what is Christopher Lee's kill count?
Vinny, thanks for hanging out, man. Thank you so much for gifting so many subs to everybody, too. May the 4th be with you, and I'll see you tomorrow
May the 4th be with
for
you.
some more special live stream content.
Now Siri has no idea what the fuck I was saying because she picked up all of
Sorry,
that.
I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
Gar Saxon. Yeah, he was talking about Gar Saxon the whole time.
Right. Hey Siri, what is Christopher Lee's kill count?
Siri's not going to know that.
I found this on the web for what is Christopher Lee's kill count. Check it out.
Yeah, it just says that he was a Nazi hunter. Of course, no one's gonna politely, he keeps that shit on the wraps.
Jake, I did spot
He's
you
a gentleman.
from the very beginning. I saw you. Saw you, son.
Google says 60. He killed 60 Nazis. Okay.
That's a lot of people. Who do you think has the highest kill count of any of the named clones that we know on screen?
Fucking what's his butt?
Rex.
Oh, yeah.
Fordo
such
killed
an old
a ton.
man. He's such an old man. Yeah, no, Rex definitely. Because are we talking people or clankers?
Just enemy kills.
Enemy
so
kills?
clankers count. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was
Rex
gonna say
is
Wolf.
definitely high up there. Wolf maybe.
Wolf's up. I think Wolf's up. I think Rex purely just because he's old.
How many clones have downed cruisers and or destroyed factories?
Wrecker just has finesse.
Like, yeah, that's what Wrecker has. Finesse.
Yeah.
Finesse and coordination. Like, very graceful, that brute.
Yeah.
No, because there are clones that have taken down droid factories, and that counts as 10,000 kills.
It only counts as one.
Well,
still
Gimli,
counts as one.
That's what Gimli thinks.
Yeah, dude, taking down an elephant. Fuck all the men on top of the elephant.
Well,
elephant and people count as one kill.
Okay, so Boba Fett wrist rocket, he jetpack kills the transport, crashes it into the other transport.
Still counts as one.
That just counts as one. That's one kill.
That's
really?
One rocket.
Really?
No, I don't fucking.
Come on!
I once took down 2 ships with 1 rocket.
You mean you took down 1 rocket?
You mean so you just killed a bunch of people. In one
Basically.
Go.
Yeah, I did. I'm real proud of it.
So you just
Boba Fett.
So you just just multiple murdered.
Oh man, cool. Well, hit us with a couple more questions, and then we're gonna start getting ready for Bad Batch here.
Yeah.
What do you got? Show us what you got. Yeah, I think that we might get Fennec meeting Boba. I think that would be really cool if we get to see it. Probably not in Bad Batch. You don't think that Boba's going to be in Bad Batch at all? If Fennec's there, I hope Fennec has a cool, unique story that is different than what she was doing. We'll get some unique stuff to her then if she's not going to be tied up with Boba.
Oh, Fennec is her name. Okay, cool. Ming-Wen.
Ming-Na Wen. Yeah.
Fennec.
Yep.
Cool.
That's Fennec Shand.
She's because this is obviously because she's gonna be younger than she was in Mandalorian, and she's not gonna be half cyborg. she's gonna have her
That's
real.
true.
Her
we
real
can find out how that
intestines
happened, how she got the intestines in the first place.
because
Boba
Mando
did.
shot her.
He did, but Boba did not walk up and scoop her intestines out and put some droid parts in out the side of the road.
She said that.
He said that she saved her.
That's what he did.
She said he saved her. He did not perform a fucking surgery on this woman and turn her into a cyborg.
That's why she. That's why she has a life debt to him.
No, she has a life debt because he fixed her cyborg parts and got her working again.
Oh,
He didn't put them there. No.
Dude, no, he totally.
That
I'm
is a-
pretty sure he totally.
Removing your
Yeah,
organs
yeah.
and putting in some like robot stuff, that's a complicated thing to do. I don't think that Boba Fett, wrapped in some Tuscan shit, like coming out of the desert, could do that for her. I think she had that already, and he was like,
I
"Oh, you
think
got
he's-
shot in your robot parts. Let me fix your robot parts real quick." And that's how he
No,
saved
I don't
her
think
life.
she had robot parts when Mando and Cobb Vanth. Or no, it wasn't Cobb Vanth that shot her. It was that
was
fucking
Toro Calican.
that twat ass little
Yep, Toro
that
Calican.
twerp. Yeah.
Jake, Bendu
Bendu's-
is taller
I
than
mean-
me. Bendu is much taller than me. He's about 7'9", and I'm actually only 3'6".
I'm not-
I'm like an inch shorter than Pippin. So
Oh,
there you go. That's canon. It's canon.
he does have connections. Yeah, no, I was thinking he totally scooped her up and just like took her to some back alley doctor that could totally be like, all right, I'm gonna Iron Man you put together.
Dr. Mandible,
Yeah.
the big ant guy from Mos Eisley, Dr. Mandible. He's probably the one that patched her together.
Or Baba Freak. Baba Freak.
Babu Frick is all about like droids. Can he do cyborgs? Maybe.
Pay him enough.
Wherever that he took her, he
Pay
didn't
him
leave the world. He didn't leave Tatooine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
honestly, he may have by then because
Will
he
we
shows
see-
up on
will
he
we
shows up on
see,
Tython of all places.
Death
with
Star
it.
in Bad Batch. That's what I'm kind of hoping. Part of me I think that would be really cool.
If we see the Death Star, they better go all the way and give us
Katarn would make a good
Stardust
dwarf.
as a
That's
name
fucking
drop. Give us
hilarious.
Galen Erso, Orson Krennic, Tarkin, all of it.
I just
We
want
could
Baba
ooh,
Freak in Bad Batch now.
we could even get a sequence with them extracting
Yeah,
more
yeah.
information from Poggle the Lesser, who was still in Imperial custody
We gotta
during
look
the
up
creation of
up
the Death
Moaning
Star.
Myrtle's IMDb. See if Boba Freak makes an appearance. That'd be hilarious.
She, my favorite role that actress has done is as the friend in Bridget Jones's Diary. Just gonna throw that out there. She was hilarious.
Played by Billy Boyd. Jawas. I don't.
Yes.
I could see a Jawa just randomly just putting some fucking car motor in a body and being like, all right, we're gonna see if this works.
Yeah, totally. That sounds like a
just gonna-
Jawa way to do it, though.
Gonks. Dude, if we see
Murdoch.
Gonks, I hope we see Gonks.
We'll definitely see Gonks. We will see Gonks. There will be Gonks, starring Daniel Day-Lewis.
Executor.
Murdoch, I want to see the Executor animated. You remember in The Force Unleashed 1, there's that cutscene where Starkiller talks to Vader on the Executor, like, while it's being built, and then the ship flies away, and we see, like, the huge exoskeleton in space just being worked on in places. Like, it would be really cool if they could recreate that kind of situation in Bad Batch, and we see, like, the skeleton of the Executor, like, being built. That would be dope. Hell yeah. I am super excited for the Willow series. I don't know if you caught the earlier part of the stream where I was talking about my band, which is a Bav Morta Willow-themed wizard band. We've been working on a sequel, actually, during lockdown remotely, and now that all my bandmates are vaccinated, we're going to start jamming in person again. But yes, I am super excited for Willow. Grew up on that movie. Mad Mardigan is my jam. Sorsha was one of my first crushes ever. Can't wait for the series. I really hope they do it justice. And Warwick Davis is
it'll be
amazing.
really
I'm really happy
interesting
that he's
to
getting this
see
like
what's
lead again.
Doing, yeah.
I definitely did not forget that was coming. I am super excited for Willow. Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, hopefully they won't Dark Crystal the situation and like
Oh, man.
only give us one season and get canceled.
That's rough. That is rough.
They'll give us one season, win a shitload of awards, and then get canceled because
Yeah, it was
they
such a
just-
critically
they
acclaimed season of
didn't
TV.
they didn't like how well they did.
They didn't want to spend that much money on more puppets, you know.
Lazy fucks.
Murdoch, you absolutely need to watch Willow.
It's on Disney Plus now.
Willow's
For some reason.
amazing.
Oh, you know why? I think Disney owns Jim Henson. If
Makes
Disney
sense.
owns Jim
Makes sense.
Henson, then that would explain.
Yeah, because all the Muppets content is on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. So yeah, they
But
totally
not
own.
Fraggle Rock. Actually,
No.
Fraggle Rock might be. Oh, that might have
I'm
been
not sure. We'll have to
PBS.
check it out.
Anyway,
Well, we're gonna start checking it out now because we're gonna fire up the Disney Plus and start getting ready to record our reaction to the Bad Batch.
It's 10:30 here, so we're gonna drink some water, do some jumping jacks, try to
Do some yoga poses, you know,
energize our shit.
meditate a little bit.
Um,
This is a nice lo-fi version of Ray's theme, isn't it? It is cool. Yes, Willow is a Lucasfilm movie. That's why it's on Disney Plus. That's what's going on. It was directed. It was
That
directed
makes
by
sense.
Ron Howard
That's weird.
and directed Solo.
Oh, that's
And
unfortunate.
father of Bryce Dallas Howard, who
That's
directed episodes of Mandalorian.
This is true.
And played the lady in the water.
East Coast gang. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all up past my bedtime right now on the East Coast. Damn. It's worth it for Star Wars. We got to stay up for our
Battle
Star
Royale
Wars.
game mode and/or zombies game mode in Battlefront.
I talked a little bit earlier about a zombies
Trying
game
to
mode for
think of
Battlefront.
like
I think that would be
more
cool.
potential. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else you could do.
A battle royale, like, unless I'm
The
misunderstanding
old Battlefront
concept-
had that with heroes.
That's what I'm saying. Unless I'm misunderstanding the concept, a battle royale would basically just be heroes versus villains, right?
It would be, except the controls would be different, I suppose. But yeah, no, essentially, Royale would be just heroes versus villains in a Coliseum.
Right.
Which I think Battlefront 2 kind of has now. I just hate the controls and the cooldown systems that they have for the heroes. It's just everything's nerfed. So
Yeah.
weird.
Legend, the news on Squadrons tomorrow is that the Squadron stream is going to be preempted by other streams that'll be happening in honor of May the 4th. But I'm going to try and make up that Squadron stream later on in the week. If enough pilots are free, I'm going to try and do some flying on Friday instead. That is the plan. Before you go, you should search up May the 4th on Google Chrome. Alright. Hey, look at this. We got fallen
That's
Ewoks
funny.
and Grogus, and
Oh, sabers. I
That's-
dig the
that's
sabers.
cool.
I dig the saber confetti.
that was cool.
That's cool.
Nice. Cross-era Battlefront game mode would be amazing. It would be cool if you could just set your faction, and if you in offline games you could have like Republic versus Empire if you wanted, or Rebels versus Separatists. Like if you could mix and match, it'd be great. Because in the original Battlefront, you could play on Kashyyyk as the Empire. You know.
Yeah.
Now
could.
you're locked into these eras, and that does kind of limit like what you can
How
do
you
with it,
play.
but, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Yes, I'm excited to watch this show. It's gonna be amazing. Oh, hey, Nerd Chronic has showed up in the chat. Our editor extraordinaire.
Yes, where are you?
Shout
Oh, I
out to
see
you,
in
buddy.
Pink.
I'm excited to start the Bad Batch. May the 4th be with you, and may the 4th be with you also.
Used to.
And may the 4th be with all of you as we enter Star Wars Day together as a happy fan community, full of positivity, full of like positive thoughts, excited for Bad Batch, excited for this new era of Star Wars content that is just being ushered in. It's like someone turned on the tap and it's just flowing out now. Like,
Yep.
we lived through the drought. We lived through a time period where there was years between releases, and the best we had to go on was the occasional comic book and a fucking dancing game for the Xbox.
We got a lot of games.
We got a lot of games.
were given
we
a
got
lot
a
of
lot of
games.
games.
This
But
is-
the games were far and few between in terms
far
of
and
how
few
long.
between
You had
and
to
how
wait a
well
long
they
time for
were.
the next one.
This is
And there
true.
were no movies coming out. God, no TV shows coming out. Like, all of this is something that we should not take for granted and should be extremely grateful for. Just, you know, more Star Wars is better than no Star Wars.
Exactly.
And even if it's not the best Star Wars you've ever seen or your favorite personal Star Wars, at least it's more Star Wars, you know? And even, like, for examples, I'll leave on this note. The sequel trilogy might not be your personal cup of tea, but if you look
I
out
shit
there
talk the sequel
and you
so
see
hard.
people they really do, because they don't understand that those movies aren't necessarily for them.
Yeah.
And if you just go outside and you look at the toy section of your local like department store, there are so many little kids running around playing with Rey and Kylo action figures. An entire new generation of fans have been ignited by these new movies. And if you don't treasure them the same way, that's fine, because your trilogy came out 20 years ago, you know?
I take that
20
back.
years from now, you're going to have a bunch of adults out there that are very fondly remembering the sequels, and they're going to be raising their kids on episodes like 9, 10, and like 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're headed.
Again, like, I purely love episode 3 because of how bad it is. Episode 1,
but you watch
holds
it
a
with
very,
love. You don't watch it to hate it, you
Episode
watch it to
1
love it.
Holds a special place in my heart because I was just such an inspiration as a kid. Well, same with you with the original trilogy.
Absolutely.
But like, you know, there's still moments where watching Force Awakens where I still get fucking goosebumps.
Absolutely.
You know? Or
Yes. The storytelling is absolutely powerful.
there's still moments from each movie that I can I still find enjoyable. You know, I may not like. You know, Attack of the Clones may still be my least favorite movie, but there's still things that I can like pick out of it that are enjoyable.
You could take the Star Wars movie that you enjoy the least, and you can come up with a long list of things you like about it.
Yeah.
You know? Even the worst Star Wars is still fucking fun Star Wars, because at the end of the day we're watching about space wizards and robots and lasers, and it's what's not to love, really. It speaks to the child in all of us, not to the grumpy 30-something-year-old analytical brain that I have. That's not who this movie's talking to. The movie's talking to me in here, you know, where I don't care that they make sound in space, you know, like that's not supposed to happen, but I don't care because it looks cool and I'm having a great time.
Yo, that seismic
That's what Star
charge,
Wars is about.
though. That seismic charge is on a whole nother level. You know, like that thing's allowed to make sound in space. That's its purpose.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like,
I mean,
that's
it's
the greatest.
the dubstep grenade.
That's one of the greatest weapons. That's one of the greatest weapons we've seen in Star Wars history. Is the fucking
Unoriginal username. Yeah, that's exactly right. This first episode is basically an animated movie. It's an hour and 10 minutes long.
yeah. So
And
it's like
I
we're
can't wait.
doing this Q&A now. Stay tuned because again we get a second episode this week. So
Yes.
we might do this again on Thursday.
So it's a double release week. Shout out once again to Nerd Chronic, who's going to be strapping on his editor helmet and diving into the biggest pile of footage you've ever seen.
At least for this first one.
I mean, like,
We'll see.
we're talking big episodes, and then another one just a few days later. So this is going to be great. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the Q&A. If you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, do not worry, because the whole thing's going to get archived on YouTube, so you'll be able to check it out there tomorrow. Awesome. Well, hope you enjoy Bad Batch as much as we're all about to, and I'll see you guys on the other side. As always, may the Force be with you.